Gemini. Hey guys, hope you guys are well. Welcome back to this beautiful and abundant channel. It is Mama Manifests here, and this is just going to be messages straight from the divine for you. All right, you guys, so we're going to jump right in. We're going to start off. We're going to do an energy oracle, a work your light oracle, and then we'll get a couple tarot cards to see what messages are meant for you in this exact time. If you clicked on this reading, trust yourself. Start building that. It is like probably one of the most important aspects of your spiritual journey. There's something in here for you. Maybe it might not make sense in this moment, but trust that the information is going to activate you and it will make sense, very shortly after, even if it doesn't right now. Okay. Quick messages, quick updates. I am now open for personal readings. I have a discounted rate over the next month. So if you're interested, have any questions, my email is in the description box below. If you find value at any point during this reading, make sure you go ahead and return that energy to ya girl by liking, subscribing, sharing it. Maybe if you have a Gemini friend and you're like, oh, this will be helpful, share it. Hey. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm feeling really, I closed my eyes for just a second before I jumped into your energy and I saw a mixing bowl. Like, what's that about, Gemini? What are you guys working on? What do you guys... It's like almost like this alchemy. You guys are playing magician over here. You guys are seeing maybe some temperance vibes. I'm feeling definitely magician card, temperance vibes. You guys are creating something, figuring out what works, figuring out how much you need of this. You guys are finding your balance right now, right? You guys are finding your balance of what you need and how to move forward. And it's such a beautiful energy. Like, as soon as I jumped into your guys' energy, like, if you're not there yet, I know this Scorpio full moon was pretty intense for everybody. I don't know how you guys were affected. If you guys want to share that, I always love to hear from you guys. Drop that down in the comments below. But without anything further, let's see what your messages are. Let's see what your messages are from the divine, from the energy oracle. Okay, let's get something out here. What do we have for Gemini? Okay, first card out. Oh, I saw this in the pre-shuffle. We have caring connections. I love that. So what I'm feeling here is you guys are realizing who isn't a caring connection, who is a caring connection, who brings value to your life, and you guys are only putting energy. I definitely feel like this people-pleasing vibe in the past, and you guys are done with that. If it doesn't make you feel cared about, you're not providing care anymore whatsoever. You're cutting it off. Like, this is at the forefront. And you guys are realizing that how important these energetic connections are, right? And when you're giving to relationships which either don't respect you or don't give back to you, you are depleting yourself of your resources to go ahead and create what you want to create in your life, right? It takes away from you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and you guys just don't have time for it anymore. That's what I feel like this Scorpio full moon brought in for you guys, like the death and the realization of, like, I'm done people pleasing. I'm done trying to prove myself to people. I'm done with all of that. Okay. You guys are really focused and seeing how important, right? Like, we don't have to settle. It doesn't matter what title these people have in our life, whether they're family members, whether it's a boss. We don't have to settle for less than we deserve, right? Because you guys are just observing how much that takes away from you, right? Like, if somebody has an opinion, like, you start second guessing yourself. And yes, it's all happening for you so you can, build that own inner confidence, build that own inner belief system, build that own inner awareness. But yeah, that's what you guys may have, there may have been some tumultuous, like, endings right here. Things may have been brought to the surface, right? And just know that's all happening for you. When we're going through these transitions, endings of relationships and things like that, it can feel really scary. And a lot of the times, when we're just starting to develop, that inner awareness, not saying you guys are just starting to develop that, but there's certain points where that can be really scary, the change. Especially, you can just start beating yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Whatever happened, just know that it all happened perfectly. There's lessons on both sides here. But yeah, like, you're done trying to prove your worth to other people, and you're just not making room, right? Like, we don't have to be mean about it. We don't have to make a big thing about it, but just, like, not answering your phone, as much, not being as readily available to people, right? Letting them feel what the absence of you feels like. Because the Gemini I'm reading for, you guys are a gift to whoever's life you touch, right? You're a gift. You bring this level of you bring a lot of good energy, right? Like you bring good intention, you bring integrity, you bring magic, you bring intellectual stimulation. Oh my gosh, Gemini. Okay. Oh, yes. That is your door to personal healing and happiness, right? Like you're done, opening doors for other people or keeping your door closed. Look at the beautiful rainbow. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. You guys are like, you're done. You're like, anything that's in the way of you in that door, it's got to go. And you're realizing that. I think you guys, what I'm really feeling here is you guys felt like you needed to make certain situations work, right? You felt like you had to settle ultimately. And what this moon has illuminated for you is you actually don't. That was a lie, right? You thought you had to make certain things work because certain people were a certain person in your life, whether it be, a friend, an intimate relationship, a boss, a sister-in-law, whatever, you thought you needed to make it work and you actually don't. You actually don't. You can just go ahead, take all of that energy you were putting into that situation that, took away from you back into yourself. And that is the door that is opening for the personal healing and happiness. Gorgeous. Yep. And you're trusting yourself, most importantly, goddess of the moon. Look at that. And we've been talking about this moon. This moon actually was pretty big for you guys. Okay. Because the moon is the one that brought in these energies. And look at that beautiful confirmation that we just received there. But yeah, you guys are like, I'm a goddess, whether you're male or female. I'm a god. I'm a goddess. And I'm going to go ahead and trust myself. And this lesson, although it may have been drawn out long, there may be some resentments in which you will work through and the other person will work through, or other people, right? It may have been all of that. But seeing the bigger picture, at least I'm here and the divine is here to help you illuminate that bigger picture, that it was all part of this beautiful path for you to learn these beautiful lessons and to trust yourself ultimately. Okay. And I think we talked about that as we opened up the reading. Let's get one from the Work Your Light. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So when we let go of these connections, this came out. I would encourage you guys to watch the collective reading that I just uploaded right before this. I think on the cover, it says you are the Oracle. Definitely a synchronicity because this card came out in that reading, that message is also for you. Keepers of the earth. So when we're going through these transitions and we let go of certain people, places, or things, we can feel very, very, very lonely. Okay. And that feeling that I'm feeling pulling in here through you guys, it can be heavy. And when it goes through the filter of the ego, it's like, I'm alone. Like a lot of stories can be made up by the ego, and we can really start to beat ourselves up, especially you guys being an air sign, the air sign that you are. Okay. But the truth is, again, it's all helping you get back in touch with your own intuition, have enough space to hear your own inner voice and build that relationship with the divine that you have been building, right? We think of like, we either believe in, the divine, or we don't, but there's levels to surrender. There's levels to faith. There's levels to trust. And you guys are moving to the next level of all of those things that I just mentioned. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful message. So if you feel alone, just know that that's so you can build that relationship. Start calling on the divine for assistance. Start calling on the divine. Any question that you have, you can put that out there, right? I think like that's something that confused me for a while, like having that ongoing conversation, co-creating with the universe, right? Anything. There is nothing off limits. Like, whatever you want to, whatever you want to know, you can go ahead and ask the divine and say, please, give me this sort of synchronicity. You can even say, I want to see, 3 lotus flowers, right? If this is how it's meant to be. And the divine, be patient, be present. You have to be in that present space to be able to be aware of what's going on around you. But the divine will deliver. The divine will deliver. Any other messages from the Work Your Light? Okay, yes. Love this card. This card comes out whenever there's some overthinking happening. The ever unfolding rose. Cracked open. Here's the thing. Here's the perspective shift, because your ego is telling you this is happening to you, Gemini. I can feel it strongly. Like these caring connections caring connections, right? They've really gotten in your head and, you know, made you second guess yourself. No, 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 no. You've been following your path, and this is what's been in the way of your personal healing and happiness. But yeah, they've really gotten inside your head. Tune back in with yourself, Gemini. You'll see the truth of it, and you'll see that this is happening for you and for your healing, for your personal happiness, healing, and all of that. It's happening for you and not to you. I promise. I promise. You're like an onion right now, and you're peeling back and getting to know a whole nother layer of yourself, and it's beautiful. Because what you're going to find is true unconditional love within you. You're going to find that magic. You guys are being tempered, like I said, and like how I opened up the reading, okay? How I opened up that reading, okay? Yeah. You guys aren't seeing, I saw the Four of Cups and I saw awakening, okay? So what this Scorpio full moon brought into you was a whole new level of awareness. And sometimes when we start seeing the truth, we beg to see the truth, right? Like, I want to see the truth. I'm ready to see the truth. But sometimes when the truth comes, right, it can be a little overwhelming until that information's integrated. And that's what I'm seeing with that Four of Cups there, okay? Four of Cups and the awakening. Look, this is the truth of who you are. Look at you. You're the Empress. Okay, it's time for you, that what was in the way of you giving birth to your dreams and having that nurturing side and ability with yourself was all of this stuff. But this is who you truly are. Okay, look at that. And the relationships will be returned, right? Like, you'll have so much relationships that meet who you are. An empress with an empress, right? Like, instead of the, you know, everything being imbalanced, like how it was, right? And the universe, that's what happens. Like, when things are imbalanced, when we're giving more, or when whatever's happening, the universe comes in, usually around these full moons, and shakes it up, okay? Yeah, you guys are going to have a reason to celebrate very soon. Trust that process, okay? We're going to cut right there. We're going to get a couple more tarot cards out for you. Was I just talking about balance? Okay, look at the scales there with the Six of Pentacles here. Okay, you were giving way more than you were receiving, and that's why the universe, like, it may have, some of you, this may have been a chaotic switch up here, but it wasn't serving you. Okay, it was not serving you. Things were out of balance, and you, Gemini, you can't be given that beautiful energy to just anybody. And if it's not giving back to you, that's not fair. Okay, don't let these people convince you otherwise, please, because they'll try. As long as we have an internal belief, right, that we don't trust ourselves, or that there's something wrong with us, that will continually manifest and project into our reality until we see the truth of it and we heal it, okay? So that's what's happening here, all right? So currently we have, challenging information, delays or changes to plan, truth delivered without tact. Yeah, somebody said something, okay? We got somebody with quite a mouth. I'm really feeling there's somebody that said something here, and that truth was just like, it hit you all in a moment. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel it here. You guys, I'm sorry. Whatever they said is only a reflection of themselves, okay? And I need you to know that this is, again, happening for you. And I'm sorry, whatever they said. It seems like, you know, there's a little bit of gaslighting going on here. Absolutely. Gaslighting. Yep. There we go. We got justice coming out with the six. I mean, this whole thing here. I mean, look at that. Like, these two cards, this is the minor arcana version of this. It was out of balance, right? Like, and I feel like they may have tried to convince you that it's you. And yes, there's always some sort of responsibility, but the truth of the matter is, it's just this relationship, that whatever the situation is, was not serving you. This person is not nice. They're not nice, and they were taking from you and taking away from your personal healing and happiness. And the Scorpio full moon said, you got to go. And it may have been like a tower here. I don't know how that manifested, but please, Gemini, just know that this is all happening for you. Please understand that. Yeah, look at this. You were dealing, this is like the devil card, which is like a fear-based energy. You are dealing with somebody here that's really stuck in you know, old matrixy ways, right? Old belief system, old thoughts, and it was affecting your auric field. Like you were starting to believe that. And you guys are definitely working through this here right now. Your fears, okay? There's a lot of fear here, all right? And while we're getting in touch with our intuition and feeling alone, fears can definitely come up because we can start comparing ourselves, being like, why is it this way? Why is it this way? Gemini, it's happening for you, okay? You're going to look back on this situation. You're going to see it for what it really is, and you're going to be so grateful. This has been a learning experience for you, and it's been an experience of you being freed from that which doesn't serve you. Please understand that, Gemini, and know that I am sending you so much love. I can feel how beautiful your soul is, and I just want to hug you. And so virtual hug, YouTube hug, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste, and God bless.